few days ago, I was talking to a friend of mine that he and his girlfriend or soon to be wife had just given birth to a child. Now, this was supposed to have been the happiest time of his life. This was supposed to have been a time that was filled with joy, so much excitement. After 9 months or however months she carried the child, they were excited that this child was being born. But it went sour. He was telling me that the moment his child was born, his brother was dying. When his child was born, his brother died. And his brother died unexpectedly. I'm trying to find a way to put this so it may sound a bit scattered, or I may sound a bit unsure of myself because I'm trying to, find the right way of putting this out there. But he lost his child, and he lost his brother, and he gained a child at the same time. So when his child was born, he had to leave the hospital. He had to leave his child and the child's mother to go to another hospital where his brother died. Apparently, his brother was hunting. They went hunting, and he was bit by a bug. And the bug, I guess, he had no idea that he had Lyme disease from this bug. And he ended up dying. He got sick and he died. So he said to me, he said, I've never said this to anybody except for one other person. He said, but I actually resented my daughter. He said, I resented her. I hated my little daughter that was just born. He said, I hated her because of the fact that she was born, he never really had the chance or opportunity to mourn for his brother. So he was dealing with two distinct emotions. He wanted to be joyful because of the birth of his daughter, but at the same time, he felt bad rejoicing over his daughter that was born because it took away from him bereaving over the fact that his brother died unexpectedly. So he had to leave his daughter and go to the hospital with his brother. And he felt that because his daughter was born, his brother had died. And I said to him, I said, don't ever mention that again. Don't even mention it to that child's mom. Don't mention it. Forget it. Don't ever mention that again. Right? And so he went in to start saying that how his brother is not able to see the child grow up, and then it brought him to tears. And he says, he's like, I gotta go. He said, I can't, I gotta go. He said, because I'm starting to, I don't want to. And he walked out the door. Okay, it's a white dude. Okay, and I have to make that, bring that out as a white guy because, he's human too. And he's experiencing things that a lot of human beings, even black people, have experienced in life, And the thought came to my mind, and I wanted to say to him, I said, you got to also consider too that, the women, it sounds like a situation with a lot of women that were in good health and, brought a child into the world. They were pregnant, and while they were bringing the child into the world, the baby was born and the mother dies. That's mind blowing. So it's why do things like that happen? And it really makes people question life and the fairness of life. It's the yin-yang, the duality of man and woman, the duality of emotions, You can experience joy on one side and grief and unhappiness on the other. But you have to find middle grounds to be able to cope and deal with and question why the joyous time of my life turned into sorrow, but at the same time, I'm feeling bad about being happy over here when I should be sad and bereaving over here. And I'm sure that works vice versa. Now, he realized that his child and his daughter have nothing to do with. Now, he loves his child. He loves that child, but because of the fact that his brother died unexpectedly, who he lived with all his life, he knew all his life, he loved his brother, and now this new person is coming. It's like a woman giving birth to a child, and then the child is already there, that's used to all the attention and used to getting everything, now have to share with this new person. So that person that's been there for a while is going to find ways of tormenting and pinching that little child on the sly, because that's a way of saying you're not welcomed here. But in this case, he loves his daughter. He's happy about his daughter. He's happy about the birth of his daughter. But at the same time, he's not supposed to be happy because his brother just died of Lyme disease. So that's like the duality of life, the yin-yang, the soft and hard, the happy and sad. There's a time and a season for everything, and for every purpose under the sun. There's a time to be happy. There's a time not to be happy. There's a time to live and a time to die. So what exactly is happening in the universe that causes life and death at the same time to the same family? A pregnant woman gives birth to a child, and the minute the baby cries, the woman dies. Is that the universe way of bringing about balance? Why does the universe operate in such joyous and unhappy ways at the same time? Why do certain people have to deal with life and death at the same time while trying to figure out what happened, what went wrong, what did I as an individual do wrong that would bring this curse upon me? The serpent of the yin-yang, the soft and hard, the duality of life, the duality of emotion, the duality of love and hate. I'm supposed to be loving this child, but I hate this child because this child takes away from me bereaving over here. So that was on my mind, just a thought that came about. I don't expect this video to get many views because of the title. And I'm sure a lot of people are not really interested in hearing these kind of things. But there's a lot of people that have actually experienced this. The yin-yang. The serpent yin-yang. You know, someone dies and someone's born. It's like the balance of the universe. And why does that person that died have to be the sacrificial lamb? Why? And why should the child that was born have to bear the responsibility of the person that just died? Why? What type of balance does the universe need in order to give a life and take a life? What type of sacrifice is that? A sacrifice that no human is fully aware of and we can't understand. What is that? Life and death at the same time. While one life is born, another life is taken. Balance, duality, the yin and the yang. So feedback, tell me what you think, subscribe, go to my WordPress page and follow me there. Until next time, I'm fearless.